Welcome to Shardcast, the Brandon Sanderson podcast. I'm Eric.
I'm Ian.
And we're tired. But today, we're going to do what should hopefully be a quick episode. Who knows when we'll air this? On the state of the Sanderson, which just was posted, well, today, and we're recording it.
Yeah. I would call this a Splintercast, but we already have something called Splintercast.
Well, our Shardcast branding has not been on point, considering for a while there was no main Shardcast, so you know,
yeah,
until like this year and since 2012. So, speaking of, if you want to listen to old 2012 podcasts, you can go do that. They're a thing that exists. Anyway, so State of Sanderson pops out every year. Brandon does a very long update on his birthday, which is the 19th of December, where he just talks about his year and where all of his many projects are at.
Yep. And his birthday is Koloth's Head Munching Day.
Yes.
Which is an inside joke of the fan room that I never get tired of.
Yes. That's a very old meme. Very
yes,
old.
It is.
Well, so why don't we just jump into updates on main projects?
Yep. First up, Stormlight.
Hey, Stormlight's
obviously
pretty cool.
So he's pretty much in the downtime between books, working on outlines.
Yep. I believe he said on Reddit that he's going to be outlining for like 18 months on it.
Yeah, he said that outlining takes a long time for Stormlight books.
But he does that in addition to his actual writing, so he's...
Yeah, yeah.
He's still working on Stormlight right now. Really.
Yes. And he's he mentions that he's going to be doing a lot of work on the outlines for both books 4 and 5, which makes sense because Dalinar was supposed to be 5 and he pulled that up to book 3. So it kind of has it rejigger all of...
Yeah, that ending could have been a book 5 ending. So probably for the best that Brandon just gets that lined up. But and you know that might mean, I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, but that could mean that there's a slightly shorter break between 4 and 5, maybe, if it's already outlined.
Maybe.
Like, if it takes you a year to outline it, if you have a really good outline for it, he just needs to recharge a bit and then could go into it rather than recharge, outline, and stuff like that. But yeah, don't get your hopes up, I would say. That's always for the best.
But he says the plan is for on January 1st, 2019 to start working on Stormlight 4. We'll see how that works.
Yeah, and then Brandon says, with a 2020 or 2021, man, that's really weird to say, release, depending on how the writing goes, and man, that's a long time away. But also, if he starts in 2019 for a 2020 release, that's
fast.
That's really fast. I would say, guys, you should just assume 2021. Don't listen to Brandon when he says 2020, because that's what he said on the last 2 Stormlight books. It's like, I'll get Oathbringer out in 2016. I'll get Words of Radiance out in 2013. Yeah,
Because, like, he finished Oathbringer in the beginning of December 2016.
Yeah, maybe a little later, I think. Well, first draft, I guess.
Yeah, first draft, it was early to mid-December.
Yeah, I guess it could work, but it kind of depends. So,
but it's like, will he be able to finish writing the book in a year?
Yeah,
because like these are long books.
That just a bit. Yeah.
But he does mention, he wants to find time to do another novella like Edge Dancer, tentatively called Wandersail.
Yeah.
He's mentioned that he has an outline for a Rissyn novella.
considering she is on a ship named Wandersail, that is probably more likely than the myth and legend from Hoyd's story. So I would bet that. I mean, Rissen's cool. Not
I love
exciting.
Rissen.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be nice to see more. And, you know, what if she's going sailing to a place? Then weird crap could happen. We saw Sleepless.
She could
and
always
Edgedancer.
sail to Akana and
I'm in.
end up
I'm
with,
in.
like-
I'm in. Let's do it. Let's do it. She sails to Akana, meets some more Sleepless. We just get all the Sleepless in novellas until the back half. That would be kind of sad. But
Okay.
yeah. And we have Mistborn, Wax and Wane 4, which is called The Lost Metal. I don't know why Brandon didn't say that here. He's
Because
called it before.
Brandon is weird sometimes and
Yeah.
doesn't refer to things by their name.
Yeah. So he's gonna finish Skyward. We've talked about that before on the podcast. It was Mystery Project, but apparently Skyward could be a trilogy, so he might just do that whole trilogy. So it kind of depends, but I hope we get that last book there.
Yeah, because the original plan with Apocalypse Guard was for him to write the entire trilogy in one go.
That's right. Which, because Apocalypse Guard got canceled, which we didn't talk about here, but Brandon
indefinitely postponed.
Yes. Yeah. Then he's got to do that for Skyward. But he says it's going well, so that's good. But
and that sounds like a really fun story. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the next topic.
I mean, don't we all want Brandon to get lots of practice with writing sci-fi and space opera stuff in preparation for the eventual Mistborn Era 4? I want him to get practice at it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
See? So he's getting practice without, Cosmere trappings. Oh, by the way, Skyward's non-Cosmere. Just,
Yeah. He's mentioned that he has to reference Earth to, like, get the story to work in some way.
Yeah, that's non-Cosmere. And also in this Mistborn section, I love how Brandon does finally call it second era of Mistborn books, because he tried in one state of the Sanderson to call it Mistborn Era 1.5 after he originally called it Era 1.
I don't think
Era
it was
2.
even in the state of Sanderson. It was at a signing.
Oh,
or was it in
right.
the state of Sanderson? I don't know. But it was for like a month and a half.
Yes.
And then, like, in the afterward to Secret History, it was back to being Era 2.
If you guys liked Mistborn Era 1.5, we're sorry. Me and Ian in particular, because we may have complained very loudly. Very, very, very loudly about that. Maybe.
Yes.
And now it's back to Era 2! Yay! So you can somewhat blame us, I guess.
Yes. But so Brandon's goal is to get to that September 1st at the latest, because he needs like 4 to 5 months to write it. And if he's starting Stormlight January 1st, that's kind of a deadline. That's a hard deadline.
Yeah. Oh, and just so you guys remember, Brandon can write new stuff and revise old stuff at the same time. So, just in case people forgot. But yeah, we're not getting Wax and Wane in 2018. Definitely 2019. So that's what's going on there.
Then there's Skyward, which he posted a huge post about yesterday.
Should we talk about that? Maybe we should talk about that briefly.
A little. It's
exactly what we said it was on that other podcast, right? Like,
well, that was not a Shardcast. That was a Dragons, Sexy Robots, and Adventures podcast.
No. We talked about it in Shardcast, where we talked about Yes. Yes, we definitely did. I had to cut the part out where it was in the part 3 epigraphs one.
If you say so.
We definitely talked. We have a news segment on Shardcast, Ian. It just happens
okay.
like later. See, guys, listeners, I have to edit these things, so I remember what we actually said. Usually, my memory's kind of crap, so but Ian doesn't need to remember these things. He just comes on and just
Yeah, just show
blabs.
up and talk.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we definitely talked about Skyward. I mean, Skyward, it's the pitch. He didn't link to our YouTube channel of it, but I guess
I
he
did
didn't.
notice that.
Hey, whatever, Brandon. I see how it is. But it's basically Top Gun in space. It's a girl and her starfighter.
Yeah, instead of a boy and his dragon, it's a girl and her starfighter.
Solid pitch. Solid
Yeah.
pitch.
It sounds really fun.
And apparently there's sapient spaceships, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, that's about it, really, with Skyward. It's gonna be a trilogy. It's non-Cosmere. Definitely non-Cosmere.
It may be a trilogy. We're not in.
Yeah.
He's not entirely sure.
I'm gonna go with it's a trilogy because it's Brandon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, launch as a standalone, except for these sequels that we need to write in a billion years. So, what's next? Then he's talking about secondary projects.
So he finally wrote the third Legion story.
Yep.
Lies of the Beholder.
Yep.
Which he mentioned as a possible title years ago, but
That's
he's
true.
like, I don't know if I can name it that. Because, like, do I really want 2 puns on beauty? Because, like, beauty is only skin deep.
Yeah,
beauty is in the eyes of the
skin deep.
beholder.
And apparently, yes, he does, because, yep, that's what he went with. And apparently it's going to be a collection of all 3 Legion stories. That's going to be out September 2018. So that'll be a thing,
Which
I
is
guess.
Good, because I actually haven't bought copies of Legion or Legion Skin Deep.
Yeah.
I got the audiobook versions for free when they did those offers.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Brandon also sells the Legion hardcovers as a Dragonsteel edition, and he said that later, after the collection, there would be a small format Dragonsteel edition, if you want those to match.
And there will be a limited Subterranean press, like the other 2.
I know, it just sounds so exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he mentions that they're in talks for another television deal.
It went so well the first time.
Yeah. Well, I think it's happened twice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Then with Alcatraz, well, I mean, we got Alcatraz 5, but that's not the end. Bastile's gonna write the last one. And apparently he just didn't think he got Bastile's voice down. And so he's teaming up with friend and former student Jancy Patterson to collaborate to hope to try and get the voice down of it. And
Which, I think that's a neat idea.
Yeah.
Getting a slightly different flavor, because like Brennan can be there, like, okay, this is consistent with these characters are consistent, like this is consistent with the world, like, but character voice is a tricky thing to talk about,
especially because the Alcatraz books always have a very interesting voice, let's say, and switching that, I mean, would it be easy to write a book in Alcatraz voice for Brandon? Yeah, he's got it down. He knows how to do that. But Bastille, he doesn't know how to write from her point of view. And in first person, it's really important that you do.
Yeah, and like he could probably figure it out given enough time, but he does want the series to be wrapped up. He doesn't
get to spend 6 months trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Brandon is ever the productive person. It's like, all right, this isn't working. Oh, he's not going to get it, though.
But this way, someone else can be working on it while he's working on something else.
Exactly. That is a good idea.
Yeah, so planning to outline that after the first book of Skyward is done.
Indeed.
Okay. No changes on Elantris or Warbreaker sequels.
Yep.
It's after Era 2 is finished. He'll have more time to go back and do those.
Yeah, which apparently remember guys, he did say that the Elantris sequels are important before we get Mistborn Era 3. So apparently that's really important.
Yep.
And I mean, we don't really know why. And yeah, when are we gonna get Nightblood? Well, a long time from now.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
And White Sand. So the first volume was a huge success.
Quote, huge success. Okay, sure. I guess it is.
I know it's had some mixed reception in like our fandom, but
I mean, I can't find it in stores, so I don't. I mean, I'm sure it's great.
Yeah.
I guess the graphic novel market is, small, so it's like, oh, huge success. We did it. Okay. I mean, I'm glad. I like things selling.
Yeah. So expected. It's volume 2 is off to the printers, which is good. So February 2018 is the expected publication date.
Ah, yes.
And this isn't like an actual like expected publication date.
Rather than
Amazon had one
November, December, January.
They had one for like July, which
that's right. Yeah, that's true. They did. And
that was not in any way official.
Let's just put it out the same day as Oathbringer. That seems realistic. So yeah, Amazon's release dates are not at all set in stone. Yeah, and it's the second of 3. And you can still get the prose version if you sign up for the mailing list. It's okay, I guess. It's an old book. Think of something the style of Elantris when you're reading that prose one. Prose-wise. Then there's Rithmatist, and lots of people want Rithmatist sequels, including me.
I want a Rithmatist sequel so bad.
I mean,
specifically, I want the Atslanian, which is another title he has that he does not mention.
Yeah. Look, I imagine he writes these states of Sanderson like, crap, it's the day before my birthday. I guess I'm spending all day writing this blog post.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I can't. Brandon has a much better work ethic than most people. But at least if I know me, I'm a procrastinator, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But he said that really the main issue is that writing something in that era of America,
early 1900s.
Yeah, you kinda gotta deal with Native Americans, even in an alternate world.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you want an Aztec viewpoint character.
Yeah, so he said he wants to research to make sure it's respectful, which is a good reason. And apparently he has grand plans for this sequel. So that's pretty exciting.
And like he mentions, like it keeps getting put off because he keeps ending up in crisis mode, with Stormlight 3 taking longer than expected and Apocalypse Guard not turning out like he wanted.
Oh no, he just has Skyward and Legion coming out in 2018. Such low production. I mean, yes, I know it's a bummer to not get Cosmere in 2018, but at the same time, it's like other authors you wouldn't get anything,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's okay. Anything else on Rithmatist? I don't really think so.
I don't think so.
Did he say anything else about that book in Words of Brandon? I mean, he's basically just said this, so this is not really new.
Yeah, we don't really get anything new.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's a bunch of updates on minor projects.
Yes. Rithmatist. Apocalypse Guard was supposed to be in the multiverse.
Oh, you mean Reckoners? You said Rithmatist.
What did I... Oh. Because I want Rithmatist so bad.
I know. Just like every shard's a dragon, every future project
Not every shard is a dragon.
You just
Endowment is a dragon, and Autonomy is a dragon.
Oh, okay. All right.
There might be other shards that are dragons, but like,
right.
those two
Okay.
I'm confident on.
Okay, all right. But everything is a Rithmatist sequel. Oh, there's a mystery project Rithmatist sequel, right?
I wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, again, there's a Mizzy book he might write at some point. Would be interesting, but...
That series is done, because Apocalypse Guard was going to be there.
Okay. Adamant is another series I'm really interested in.
I don't even remember this.
It's... It's Silence of the Lambs in space.
All right.
I remember is the pitch he gave me. And he envisioned it as like a sequence of like 5 to 6 novellas.
Huh.
And he would bring in like guest authors to write 1 or 2.
Oh, yeah. It does say a space opera novella series. One novella is done, no more written on the rest. So,
Yeah. So it's same place it was last year, unfortunately.
Just like many things.
But he plans to like write all of them and then release one like every other month.
Yeah. That'd be sweet.
Which like I'm wondering if the serialization of part 1 of Oathbringer was kind of a test for that. Like serializing releases.
That was a test for a lot of things, I think. You know?
Yeah.
Then there's Dark One. Like he says, like Harry Potter from Voldemort's viewpoint.
Which is an interesting.
Yeah. But it's no longer Cosmere. So nope. I think originally he said it wasn't Cosmere, then he said it was Cosmere. Now it's not Cosmere. So,
yeah, at one point he said he was wondering like it might be too self-referential for it to be Cosmere, so it looks like it might no longer be quite as self-referential because it's a dark secondary world fantasy. So not Earth, but not the Cosmere either.
Sure. That'll be really fun to do on the wiki. I can't wait for all these connected stories that are not Cosmere, like Skyward being a trilogy. That'll be really great. I'm just really excited.
Which something we didn't mention, Skyward is in the continuity of something else he's written that's not Cosmere and not Reckoners.
Oh, it is something else he's already written? Is that what he said?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was just a third continuity. That wasn't. Let's look at this.
Yeah, as I've played with Skyward over the years, I tried to pull it into the Cosmere, then found it didn't work there. However, it is in the continuity of something I've written before. Something that isn't Cosmere and isn't the Reckoners.
Okay. So it's got to be in the Defending Elysium. Or no, not... Yeah. Sorry. Probably the Firstborn timeline? Firstborn, right?
I haven't read Firstborn or Defending Elysium, so I can't say.
Firstborn's really short. It's a sci-fi thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only other sci-fi short thing that he's written. So I'm gonna go with Firstborn. Because that really had a kind of... You didn't get too much of the setting, so it'd be very easy to slot something else in it. So... Someone should, ask if it's in the Firstborn timeline. So, but that's my theory. You can quote me on it now.
Okay, and he says he's gotten interest for television and graphic novels for it. Which
for Skyward.
Yeah. No, for a Dark One.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, so we're going back to that. Yeah. I see that now.
Which I'd like him to do more with graphic novels that are better. Because I like the White Sand graphic novel, but I understand there are issues with it. So that's a topic for another day, though.
Yeah, I would rate that as a podcast.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't really like White Sand in the first place, honestly. And when people were like, this graphic novel's kind of meh, I'm like, okay, I'll just not worry about that then.
Mm-hmm.
And other people can tell me anything useful, if anything useful came from it.
But like, if he can get a solid outline and then get someone to do a graphic novel of it.
I don't know. I'm not a comic person or graphic novel person. I just like I'm not used to the medium. It's weird to me.
Yeah.
So
I'll
I don't know.
try to give you some recommendations to
Okay.
get you into it.
Well, I mean, someday I'm gonna actually finish your recommendation that you gave me initially. So
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
by
yeah.
the next Stormlight book, I'll have that down. But until then, I don't know.
By the way, read Max Gladstone if you're wanting something to read. Craft sequence, very good.
It's pretty good. I hear the ending for the first book's really good, but I haven't gotten there
Yes.
yet. There's Death by Pizza. It's a pizza delivery man. That's an important word there.
Yes.
Who becomes a necromancer, no movement, soul burner, random space opera thing I worked on for a while, no movement. Do you remember what soul burner is?
It's literally a space opera fantasy hybrid thing. That's all we know.
Oh, cool. Well, that'll be an easy Coppermind article to finish.
Yeah.
And then we have the potential Cosmere stories list just to update people on all Cosmere things.
Okay, so Dragonsteel, Lyre of Pertinel, Void's
Yeah.
origin story, story of the shattering of Adonalsium.
Yeah, to be written sometime after Stormlight's done, so yeah.
A very long way away.
Many states of Sanderson will this be on there.
Mm-hmm.
A Sixth of the Dusk sequel. He said he had a pretty cool idea for this last year. Nothing more than that.
Well, he mentioned
Cool.
during the Oathbringer tour that he had a novella for a Dusk story of him going into the cognitive realm and exploring, which sounds
okay.
Cool.
All right. Fine, Ian. That sounds pretty cool. Fine.
Yeah. Which I'm very happy about this because I like Sixth of the Dusk, but I think it would be stronger with a sequel. It just kind of ends.
You know what? You're not wrong. I can get behind that. That would be pretty cool.
Okay. And Untitled Silverlight novella, I think he's implied it would be from the viewpoint of Chris.
Oh.
But
prose from Chris that isn't from pre 2005. Ooh, baby. That'll be good.
Yeah, I think pretty much anything in Silverlight I think would be fascinating.
Apparently it's super weird. If you don't know what Silverlight is, it's
a city that exists in the cognitive realm.
Yeah. Not a planet. It's, quote, weird.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that would be a really awesome thing to see. Ooh, I'm excited for this one. Threnody novel, an expedition back to confront the evil that destroyed the old world. Oh yeah, gimme that, please.
Yeah, I definitely think Threnody is Brandon's most atmospheric novel.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking forward to like 3/4 of the things on this list, but I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I mean, I am super into a Threnody novel because there's so much on Threnody. It's like, why is this happening? What is going on? This is Cosmere? What? When you first read that, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited about that.
Ether of Night. Still in the Cosmere.
Yeah. Yeah, if you've read Oathbringer, you know it's still in the Cosmere.
Yes. And it's going to end up differently, but the 17th Shard do give it out to people.
Yeah, you can just
There's
go to
a thread.
Yeah, you just post. It's super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he says basically the only thing canon from that story is the magic system, which
that makes sense.
I'm not going to complain about. Because I like the story, but it doesn't really feel like a Brandon Sanderson story.
Also, it's like super weird with ruin and preservation, but they're not really called that, and it's
former and decay.
like
Yeah.
It's super weird. It's super weird. So I don't go in reading that like, oh yeah, all these backstory about shards. I mean, maybe, but who the hell really knows?
Yeah. If you're bored, give it a read, but don't really draw too much Cosmere knowledge from it.
But Aethers are in the Cosmere, as you can see, because Mraze talks about it in Oathbringer. It's like, oh, you got the Aether out of that? Oh, that's great. Thanks, Mem. Mem, right. By the way, is Kara's sister who works in the Brandon Sanderson store. I met her. Oh. She's nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, that's who it's named after. And then Silence Divine, disease magic novella set on Ashen. Brandon said that he doesn't... The concept's cool, but it's really kind of heavy.
Yeah, it takes a lot to explain.
He's explained it like magical Jack Bauer with a disease magic system, and it's like a cool concept, but there's a lot to mention, and it never really came together. But it is set on Ashen, which, as we know, is in the Rosharan system. So, that's not an insignificant thing.
Yeah, and he's done a reading from it before.
Yeah.
Back during Words of Radiance, I think.
Yeah, that's what he read at Words of Radiance. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And now we're on to movie and television updates.
Yeah.
DMG has the rights to the Cosmere.
Yep, all of it. And they're doing a Stormlight VR experience, which is pretty crazy. He posted a video on YouTube, and it looks all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a thing. But apparently, if you have a VR headset, you'll be able to demo the Shattered Plains.
Yeah, it'll be on Steam.
And apparently, you'll get to experience the Shattered Plains from the novels and interact with the characters and creatures that inhabit them. Huh.
Yeah.
I'm
interested, how, is Kaladin gonna be there? Because
that would be really surreal.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about you actually meeting characters, but sure, why not?
But Spren and Kremlings and stuff. Maybe a Chasm Fiend just eating you.
Yeah. Oh, and we missed something important. They have scripts for both Mistborn and Way of Kings, and they're trying to make that happen. Yeah, actively trying. So there are apparently scripts for these things. Man, how crazy! How terrible would the Way of Kings script be? That's scary.
Who knows? But so the VR experience is coming out early next year. I think February was something he said on Twitter.
Huh. Cool.
But they'll be doing posts on his website.
Yep. The Reckoners rights are still with Fox. They renewed their option. That's about it.
Yeah. Snapshot, which... Did you like Snapshot?
I thought Snapshot was really good. Yeah, I liked it.
Okay. It just didn't really work for me, so...
I mean, there's a lot that happens in that ending real fast.
Yeah.
And... I mean, I like crazy endings, but that was pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it was good. It's better than Six of Dusk. Hey,
I liked Six of the Dusk better, to be honest.
I don't know. It was a really cool concept, so I liked that.
So MGM holds the rights. They don't have a screenplay yet, but it's the screenwriter is supposed to start it after the holidays.
Cool. I mean, that would be a really good movie. I feel like that would translate super great into a movie.
Yeah.
No, you could expand that concept. I mean, lots of really short stories were made into awesome movies. Blade Runner was.
True.
That was I have never actually read the Philip K. Dick story, but it was a short story. It wasn't a novel.
Yeah.
So
I would probably go see it, but I don't even know like what has to change for me to actually enjoy the story.
probably just more foreshadowing, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, let's be real. He comes really fast. But you should go read Snapshot. It's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
All the properties, Legion and Dark One, are currently in negotiations. There's a small deal for Defending Elysium that's under option with a screenwriter. And the first draft,
Which I don't think we've heard about, have we?
No, I don't think I've never heard about it before.
Yeah.
And I mean, Defending Elysium's really weird. I haven't read that in a long time. Firstborn's better. Defending Elysium's very old of Brandon's work, but now that he's popular, it's like, yeah, let's get the rights to all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that leaves Alcatraz, the Rithmatist, and some other shorts with no options. I hope Rithmatist never gets optioned because he's got some writing to do before he can do that.
Yeah, like I a video game maybe of like just Rithmatics.
Ooh.
I could see.
Okay, all right, I do want that actually. Man, that'd be a really if like a 3DS game, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That'd be good. But I'd probably be really bad at it because I'm terrible at drawing.
Yeah. Same.
But that could be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's other projects that are bouncing in his head that he probably shouldn't talk about because they might not be real, and then he would need to keep adding them to this list. So yeah.
Okay, so the projected schedule, slight changes from last year's. He swaps out Skyward for Apocalypse Guard and replaces the original plan for Rex and Wayne 4 to be Stephen Leeds, the collection.
Yep.
So that's September 2018, Legion collection, November 2018, Skyward.
Ooh, we're gonna have so much of a break to catch up on the wiki, Ian. How exciting is that? We have till September.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Fall 2019, Lost Metal.
Yeah.
Then sometime 2019, Skyward 2. Sometime 2020, probably 2021, Stormlight 4. And then sometime 2020, Skyward 3.
Yeah. I guess that's what we're getting. He'll be a little lighter on the Cosmere for a bit, but I mean, we've dealt with breaks before.
Yeah, because
between Alloy and Words of Radiance, right?
Mm-hmm. 2012 only had 2 stories. Was it 2012 or 2014? No, 2012.
2012. It just had Rithmatist, right? It didn't have any Cosmere.
Rithmatist was 2013.
Oh, no, you're right.
2012 was Legion and Emperor's Soul.
Oh, okay, so we got some Cosmere. I'm still holding out hope for some novella sometime.
Mm-hmm.
Was Wandersail saying before Stormlight 4? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, it would be just before Stormlight 4.
Oh, okay. Well, we could totally get that this year or next year. Like if Brandon got super bothered, I don't know. What we'd see.
Yeah. We shall see.
But you know what's more likely? We get Wandersail in 2020 and Stormlight 4 in 2021. How's that for a much more realistic timeline?
So despite all of the memes about Brennan writing fast, it still takes a while for him to write books. Because books are long.
But he takes breaks and writes other books, so we still get things. That's the thing, guys. So, and Brandon did say in this that if he just wrote Stormlight back to back, the series would suffer and he would begin to hate it.
Yeah.
I would rather him be filled with unbridled awesome when he writes Stormlight and be like, yeah, I want to get into Stormlight and write something awesome.
Oh, hey, he's 42 today.
Yes,
I just realized
that's right.
that.
That's right. That it is his birthday. That is what birthdays mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 42
Well, yes.
isn't.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes. Yes, I
It's
know.
the answer to life, the universe, and
Yes.
everything.
Yes. I know. Well, I think that means we should wrap up. Oh, all right, mini-sode, huh? All right, so until next time, have a good holiday. Whenever this
Happy
is posted.
Kolos Head Munching Day.
Yes, happy. That's the most important holiday of all, really.
Mhm.
So don't get your head eaten. Yep.
Bye.
Goodbye. That's what we're ending with. See you. Caw.